Hey guys, it's Camilla from Code with Camilla. Today we're going to be doing if statements part 2.
Thank you, Camila. As we discussed previously, the if statement consists of if keyword, right, and condition in parentheses, and then the statement that will be executed if the statement, the expression in the parentheses is true. If it's not true, if it's false, it's not going to be executed. But C# is very smart. When evaluating condition inside the parentheses, C# tries to predict if the end result of expression will be either true or false, but does it in a smart way. It can predict the results of expression will be either true or false without executing entire expression. And if it can predict, it will stop executing as soon as possible.
What does that mean?
Let's see it on example. So all of you know that you cannot divide by 0, right? So if we do something like right line and do 1 divided by 0, if you want to run it, C# is going to say, oh, division by constant 0 is not allowed. But we can trick it by saying, let's do variable called 0, assign 0. Now do divide 1 by 0. Now C# doesn't know that 0 contains 0. So it's going to let you compile, but when it runs, look what's going to happen. You see, it throws exception. Exception is really a fatal error after which the program will stop running. So it's still when the computer runs, if it sees this division by 0, it doesn't know how to handle it, and it's going to stop the program.
Stop the program until you go back and fix it?
Well, it's just crash. It's called crash. So sometimes you see the computer crashing the system, right? So that's what's going to happen. So it's going to stop your program. But it's not what we want to know. We want to do something different. We want to see what if we make a Boolean variable which uses this division by 0. Let's do 1 by 0. But this is not Boolean expression, right? So to make it a Boolean, we need to have some kind of condition. So we can say greater than 0. So it does pass the smell test in C#. It says, oh, it looks like a Boolean condition, so we can try to run it. When it runs, when it tries to evaluate this expression, it still fails because you still cannot divide by 0.
Okay.
Make sense? Now the interesting part. The interesting part, let's see if we could use this same condition instead of Boolean variable, use it in if statement, right? So what you think is going to happen if you do this? Put it in parentheses and say, so say this line will never print. So what you think is going to happen?
Well, an if statement is saying if it's true or not, so and it's not like for certain, so if it doesn't work, nothing's going to happen. It's just
Is it true or false?
Oh, well, it's true.
No, it's not true or false. It will throw exception because you cannot divide by 0, right?
Yeah, but
So it's gonna fail to calculate the condition. Let's see.
So it doesn't care if it's an if statement or not?
It's so what the computer does, it goes to this expression inside the parentheses, tries to evaluate. When it sees the unallowed operation, like division by 0, it will just stop your program. It's not gonna let you do anything.
Okay.
So it's not gonna even run. But now, look what's going to happen if you have if you write something like this: false, and remember this is an AND operator. So what's going to happen in this case?
False and
So if you remember the rules we found out when we discussed the Boolean variables, if you use AND operator and any operand in that expression is false, what will be the result, the resulted value of this expression?
it'll be false, right?
It will always be false, no matter what you. If you already have at least one operand, it knows that it's going to be false. So let's see what's going to happen.
Yes.
See what happened?
Yeah, so it didn't print your line up there because it was false, but then it printed the hello world.
So C# started evaluating, said if false and something, and it said, well, I know it's the first operand false, and if I do false and something, the result will be false anyway.
Okay.
So I'm not gonna calculate the second part.
Because it doesn't matter.
Because it doesn't matter. But if we change it to from false, if we change it to true, what do you think is going to happen?
Well,
Does C# know, based on the first operand, if the expression will be true or false?
well, it's true, so it's gonna move on, unlike what it did with false, because it knew it was already false and there's
Yeah,
no
that's-
point to go on. So it's gonna go to true, and then it's gonna go to the and 1 divided by 0, but it's gonna be like a fatal.
Again, it's going to fail. Exactly. So it's going to try to calculate. It knows that from the first operand, it cannot tell
Mm-hmm.
if it's true or false. So it's going to proceed to the next one and fail spectacular, right? And if you remember, there was and there was also or statement, right? Or look like these two pipes. What in Boolean algebra we know, if you have at least one true operand, the result will be
True.
true, because it says true or false, it's true, true or true is true, false or true is true. So again, what's going to happen here?
So
C# will try to think from a C# standpoint. So you say, if it starts evaluating the expression inside the parentheses, it says if true
so
or.
it will print this line will never print because it knows that at least one of the operands are true, so it doesn't have to read on to see if the others are false.
So it knows that the entire condition will be true, and it's
Yeah.
going to print this line and this line, right?
Yeah.
Two lines. Unlike in AND and false, it was only printing the second line. You see?
This line will never print.
So this kind of magic called short circuit evaluation, which means if the second part of the condition will be evaluated only if C# doesn't know from the first argument for the first operand, if it cannot conclude what's the value of the entire expression, then it's going to calculate the second part. If it knows, if it can predict, it says, oh, it's not going to calculate. Which is really neat, right? Let's discuss one more thing. It doesn't apply just to if, it applies to everything in C#. As you can see, there are curly braces in our program. What curly braces mean, it means a block of the code. For instance, if you want to print something, let's change it and say if true, right? And I want to print, let's remove this one, and I want to print, if I want to say if it's true, I want to print these two lines. If it's false, I don't want to print either line.
Okay.
So so what the if condition says, so if this condition true, then the next statement and only next statement will be printed.
Why not the second one?
Well, the second it doesn't have any condition, right?
Oh, so it only applies to the first line.
Yes, but we want to have what we want to do. We want to say it prints. Let's do instead of true. Let's do false. So it says if false. Do you think it's gonna print?
Well, not the first line, but maybe the second line.
It's gonna print the second line. But if I want to not print both lines, what I can do, I can make a let's run this first. So you see, it printed the second line because if applies only to the first line. But if I wanna have multiple lines belong to the same condition, what I do, I create curly braces.
Oh, so to show that it applies to the between one curly brace and the other?
And I say this is the entire code belongs to this if. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So that's going to be our blocks, and it applies to many things, not just let's run this, you see? And it doesn't print anything. Because it's the condition is false. If you change it to true,
then it will print both.
It's gonna print both. Exactly. So that's enough for today.
Okay. Thank you for joining us on Code with Camilla. Come back next time for more videos.